Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute, but your girl's lagging on that shit. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about some tea. We're about to spill some tea. I love doing story time videos, and a couple of days back I asked you guys if you wanted to hear the story, and of course, you being the loyal audience of 5 people said yes. So I'm here to talk about this and hopefully entertain 5 of you guys watching. Okay, so before I jump into all the deets, the juicy deets, I'm gonna give you some background so you understand where all of this is going and what's about to happen. So yeah, so okay, so this setting, first of all, we're not going to be taking any names, not going to be disclosing any identities because I don't want to offend anyone in any way or just cause any sort of trouble, and we're not going to give you a clear timeline. If you figure it out, you figure it out, but we're just gonna steer clear of timelines here, right? So okay, so but yeah, this was a setting in my teenage. Now as a teenager, I kind of had a hint that your girl's not so straight, right? Like at some point, I just knew there was a part of me that wanted to explore beyond like just guys. I just knew that there was a part of me that like had this thing that kuch to hai, something. And the teenage years rolled in, so I was out and about to experience things. I was open to experiences. Obviously, you're a teenager, you're scared, you're a kid, like you don't know how to get into this world, right? So that was basically the same thing with me, but I was always a little bolder than other people. But yeah, so that's about that. And so we're gonna start the story now. The setting is basically in Italy. Can you imagine how freaking romantic is that? But wait. So I was on a cruise and we were like going from ports to ports on this vacation. And guess what? I was with my parents. Yes, I was with my parents. So anyway, so we were on this cruise and it was a 7-day cruise, by the way. So one whole week and every day we would be on a new port. And I mean, that time of my life, I cannot, you guys, like it was the most crazy 7 days. And anyway, so starting off with the first day. Now this cruise, you guys, is so big, matlab itna bada. Like, let me give you numbers, okay? So the crew members, like like the staff members, there were 600 of them, okay? And there was about like 5 or 6,000 passengers. Like, that is insane. Like, it's like this whole, I don't know, island of its own, just like in the ocean, like steering its way. It was like that. And it was this humongous cruise with like clubs, casinos, and just several activities, huge halls, and just, I don't know, it was so overwhelming to take in. I just like have goosebumps talking about it because it was so exciting, and I definitely think everyone should experience a cruise in their life. But getting past all of that excitement, so there was something called a teens club, adults club, and children's club. So me being a teenager, my parents were like, okay, you gotta go to the teens club, go socialize. And so there has been some freaking problem with my camera. It just stops recording in the middle of the whole thing. Anyway, so continuing, my mom was like, go, socialize. And I was super nervous because I'm really not the kind of person to like just approach a like group of people and talk to them. I would smile at people and like talk to, maybe approach one person, but like just going and just strangers is kind of intimidating. So anyway, so my mom was like, go, so she could enjoy in the adults club. And I was like, cool. And I was anyways not allowed to go in the adults club. It was 21 plus because there were drinks involved. So yeah, so the casino and the adults club was clubbing for them, and we were in the teens club. So I went in, and as soon as I walk in, you guys, I am struck. There's just no other word for this. And I see this broad-shouldered tall woman, and I just, like, words have just been taken out of my mouth. Like I couldn't conjure up words to speak at this point, and I just awkwardly just like smile, like you know. And that was the first time I felt like I was so drawn to somebody of the same sex. Like, and it took me a minute to realize that she was the same sex. It's because it's such a stereotype, right? And like, looks are such a stereotype, and so it took me a hot fucking minute. And but I did realize eventually, and like, I said hello, and she's like, hey, what's up, what's your name? And so she was basically working there as the person managing the teens club. And I was like, I think you girls got a reason to come back here.
Wait a minute.
You know. And so that's what I did. Like, I went there every single day. Now I'm gonna like tell you how this whole thing went around. Like, I did not go into this cruise, this vacation, expecting anything like that. Like, I was there to enjoy myself. It's Italy, just like, I want to enjoy myself. And the max thing that I was expecting is maybe like, you know, I'll find this cute Italian guy and like have like a 7-day, you know, dreamy situation right out of a freaking picture, live my dreams. Okay, so yeah, I thought that's the max that could possibly happen. But yeah, like, I think just when you're like so open to life and experiences, and when you travel, there's like so many possibilities, you know. Okay, so I see this woman, we start talking, and there's like other people there as well, other teens there as well. So she has to attend to everyone, and we get to know each other. She's like, here's, you know, we're not gonna be revealing any identities, so that's that. And I don't know why, I just felt like for the first time that this somebody of the same sex made me nervous. And in that sense, you know, like this feeling in your stomach, you know, when not butterflies, yeah, like almost, but then not like butterflies in that sense, like more like when you're just awestruck by someone. That was the feeling that I could describe. And me being me, I was always a very like bold teenager, I would say, compared to other teenagers, and I always took chances in things that I wanted. And so that's what I did. I went head on, like, but at the same time, I feel like this was the time that I was the most practical in my life, because, you know, with guys, what happens is we've experienced something before, we know how it goes. But when you're experiencing something like this, you're exploring your sexuality, you don't know where it's gonna go, and it's scary, right? And okay, so I'm gonna get back on the story now. So we start talking, I'm freaking awestruck. She's this beautiful Italian girl, and she has dark hair and beautiful eyes. Like, she had these multicolored eyes, like, I don't even know how to say it. She had just, like, I can't talk right now. Like, when I think about it, even now, like, it doesn't change the fact that she was somebody who, you know, you would turn your head to see, or maybe I would, like, I don't know. For me, it's like she just captured my attention. It felt like when she was in the room, people were listening, you know, that kind of aura and that kind of authority. And she had those kind of looks. So she looked, okay, so anyway, I was obviously like stereotyping, and I was like, yeah, she's got to, you know, be a lesbian or like be bisexual. And I was right. Like, a little bit into the conversation, we sit on the couch and we're like talking, and you know, we start getting to know each other a little bit, and she's just like trying to keep me entertained, because ultimately she's working there, which is so sad. But sad in the sense that I just wish that like there was time other than the working hours to like spend with her. But yeah, she was quite older to me. Like, I feel like she was at least like 5 to 8 years older to me. And I knew I had no shot there. but so we started talking and she's like, yeah, I have a girlfriend. I'm like, सारी दुनिया का hope, सारा सब कुछ मिट्टी में मिल गया in 1 second. But it's fine, you guys, because I think just like she is that one person that made me realize like तू सीधी नहीं है, कुछ तो चल रहा है. You know, like it was a confirmation कि yeah, you are into, maybe like it's, I was not aware that there is something called as like, or there are people who are masculine lesbians, like who dress more mask, and I didn't know that. Like not I mean, I had a hint, but you know, I've never seen one, and I've never seen a person who was like that. And I think that was like a thappa, like yeah, you're not straight, girl, there's something going on. And it's like the more and more I spoke to her, the entire 7 days I was just constantly, matlab, I used to just stare at her. At one point, like on the second day only, I told her, dude, you're really pretty. And I'm like awestruck. Can you imagine? Like I'm a fucking teenager and she's a whole ass like adult, and like I just go like awkwardly like, you're really pretty, and I'm like awestruck by you. And you know what, like I feel like, I don't know if I'm wrong, right, but I feel like not a lot of masculine lesbians get told that, like, you know, like no one's gonna say like, oh, you're so pretty, like, you know, that's a thing. I feel like straight women tell straight women. But I was so awestruck by her, I just had to say it. Like I didn't care at that point that she had a girlfriend. I didn't care at that point that it's a 7-day rendezvous or whatever 7-day thing, and I didn't care. And you know what, in those 7 days I had so much fun, and she was so caring as a person, and I just felt so instantly attached to her. And you guys, you cannot convince me it wasn't love, because the guy I'm dating right now, bitch, we fell in love the first day we met, okay? So I'm just not gonna get convinced if you say it wasn't real love. I feel like it was, and 7 days is enough to fall in love. I don't, it's crazy. I don't know, but I'm crazy, you guys. So I was totally convinced, and I was so obsessed with her. And okay, so I'll tell you this one incident. We were like playing this cards game or something, like where you had to hit the hand, something like that, and you had to take it out fast. And like I went to do that, and I had acrylics. I was a fancy bitch. When I was young, I was literally very fancy. Right now I'm not. Like look at my nails, uneven as hell. Ek mein hai, ek mein nahi hai. But yeah, I was. And guess what happens? The worst nightmare anyone can have with acrylic nails. My nail breaks and it starts bleeding. Like my real nail bed breaks and it starts bleeding, and she's like trying to comfort me. She like runs me to the nearest washroom, and I'm there with her. And you know, like for a few moments we were alone, and I was like so happy, like, you know, like a giddy child, just like so happy that I got to just be there for some time alone with her. And she was like caring, and I don't know, like I felt like it was the whole back to square one kind of situation, you know, the first time you actually fall in love and stuff like that. But why I say it was back to square one, because it wasn't with the same gender. And I felt all those things that I felt with somebody when, you know, I fell in love with the first time. And I felt like a child, like literally like a child, like giddy. And it was insane. The intensity of what I felt towards this person was insane. And I really hope she does not see this video, because I do not in any way mean to disrespect her, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't remember me also, because I feel I did not do enough to let her know what I was feeling. And I don't know if it was the right thing or if it was just me being like mature about it, because I was like, saat din kuch nahi hone wala, there's no point, she has a girlfriend, like I don't want to ruin anything. There was no way I was gonna step my boundaries there, and plus she was working there, so I know that it could ruin her career in some kind of way, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure she was quite uninterested in me, because obviously she had a girlfriend. But I was just happy with her, and like I just got so attached in that time that it made me realize, like, okay, it's not so hard to fall in love, and it's not so hard to fall in love with the same sex. Like, it's crazy. And I feel like when my parents are going to watch this video, like, they're gonna be a little shocked. I think I've not openly told them about this. Like, they know like bits and parts of it, but pura kisi ko nahi pata hai. So that's like the story there, you guys. Like, she was like at least 6 feet tall, I feel. And on the last day when I hugged her, we were departing the ship, so what happened, because there's like so many people, you had this card which you had to give away when you were leaving, like disembarking, I don't know, the ship. And the last time we met in the teens club, I just like hugged her tightly and I told her that I'm gonna miss her, and she said to me that I will try my best to be there while you're disembarking. So what happens is chaotic, so usually they are there to check rounds in the ship, like if someone's left behind and stuff. So it was really not possible for her to come, but she still promised, and that meant a lot to me. And we exchanged Instagram and everything, and it's not like I'm in contact with her, but I do look at her sometimes and I feel the same feeling. Like, not gonna lie, it was in a phase. Like, wo kehte hain na, like, I wanted to experiment and it was a phase. It wasn't a phase. And you guys, you won't believe, like, I was literally just like crying and crying when I was leaving. Like, my parents were like, why are you crying? Like, I know you're gonna miss this vacation, but like, why are you crying? And I couldn't tell them at that point, but like, seriously, I'm gonna miss that girl so much. I don't know, like, I don't know, I'm sweating. Like, even till this point, like, I just feel I wish I had the opportunity to say something, not because I wanted to do something with her, or, you know, just like, I don't know, just experiment, so for the sake of that. But I truly freaking believe, and you cannot shake my belief, that I was in love with this girl. And it's crazy because I don't tag myself. I won't say that I'm bisexual because I'm not comfortable having a relationship with a woman or somebody who's not a male and who doesn't identify as a male. But at the same time, I'm fluid in some certain areas, and you know, I'm able to feel things for other people. And I feel like my idea of love is not attached to like a gender, and all that's cool, man. But I'm like genuinely being honest. Like, don't try to look her up. I know that you guys could figure out the timeline, but I just don't want to offend her or anything, and I hope she doesn't see the video, honestly. But that was my story, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this. Like, I just tried to shorten it as much as I could because this is not my coming out video, okay? So there's no such thing as coming out video for me or anything like that, but this is just a part of my life that I wanted to share with you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me. So I'll see you guys in my next video, which I don't know kab aane wala hai. But yeah, thank you so much, the 3 people watching, which includes my boyfriend, who's my loyal subscriber. Okay, anyways, I love you guys. Bye.